At my son's wedding, his bride sat me in the kitchen. I paid for everything. I smiled, stayed quiet, canceled the band, bar, and, well, I'll get to that part. I showed up in a dress I spent 3 hours picking out. Hair done, nails done, the whole thing. See, I raised Tyler by myself. His father left when he was small. I worked double shifts as a nurse for years just so that boy could have braces, new shoes, a decent life. So when he told me he was getting married, I wanted to give him the wedding I never had. I paid for everything. The venue, the flowers, the catering, the photographer, the DJ, even the dress his bride Brooke was wearing. Every single dollar came from me. Nobody offered to split it. Not Tyler, not her parents. And I never asked, because I wanted my boy to have the best day of his life. When I got to the venue, nobody greeted me. No one told me where to sit. I walked around for a few minutes until some kid from the catering staff came up to me and said, "Ma'am, they told me you're supposed to wait back here." The bride didn't want any visual clashes with the photos. Back here was the kitchen. My seat was a folding chair next to a stack of dirty trays and a cart with a broken wheel. I could see the reception through the swinging door, the chandeliers I paid for, the floral arch I paid for, the gold chairs, the neon sign, all of it. My money. But I wasn't allowed out there. Then the toast started. Brooke's father got up and talked about his little princess finding her prince. Her mother talked about welcoming Tyler into their family, like she raised him, like she was the one who stayed up with him through night terrors and drove him to chess tournaments on icy roads. Then Tyler got up, my son, thanked everyone for coming, thanked Brooke's family for making him feel at home, said it was the best day of his life. He never said my name, not once. I pushed that kitchen door open just a crack, and I locked eyes with Brooke across the room. She saw me standing there. She knew exactly where I was, and she smiled. Not like she felt bad, not like it was some mix-up. She smiled like everything was going exactly the way she planned it. That's when I understood. This wasn't a seating chart mistake. She put me there on purpose. And my son let her. I stepped outside to get some air, and I don't even know why, but I opened my banking app. 2 charges I never approved. Brooke used my card for a bar crawl with her friends, and a full spa day for her bridesmaids. And there was a Venmo note from her to one of them. I'll never forget this. His mom is covering everything. Might as well go big. I stood in that parking lot in my good dress, mascara running, and something inside me just shut off. Not broke, shut off. Like a switch flipped. I made 3 phone calls right there. Canceled the band for the after party. Canceled the open bar. Canceled the flowers for the next day brunch. Polite. Calm. Done. By morning, my phone was blowing up. Tyler asking what happened. Brooke calling me petty. Her mother calling it unprofessional. I didn't answer a single one. I just drove home. And when I got there, I went to clean out an old drawer I hadn't touched in years. And in the back, inside a red folder, tucked behind old insurance papers, there was a sealed letter. My ex-husband's handwriting, dated 3 days before he died. I had never opened it. But that night, sitting on the edge of my bed, still in the same dress I wore to his wedding, I did. And what was in that letter? And what I did after I read it. Follow and comment. Son and mom. If you want to know what happens next, part 2. And in an old drawer, I found a sealed letter from my ex-husband, dated 3 days before he died. That night, I opened it. His handwriting was shaky. He said he was sorry for leaving, said he was a coward. But then he said something I wasn't expecting. He'd been putting money into a savings account every single month since Tyler was born, even after he left, even when he had nothing. The account number was right there in the letter. Next morning, I went to the bank, $214,000. I sat in that lobby and cried. 3 days later, Tyler showed up at my house, didn't knock. First thing out of his mouth, "You ruined our wedding." Not, "Are you okay?" Not, "I'm sorry." I let him finish. Then I asked one question. "Where was I sitting, Tyler?" He went quiet. I told him about the money, watched his whole face change. And then he asked what I was going to do with it. That told me everything. Not, "Dad left that for me?" Not, "I can't believe he did that." Just, "What are you going to do with it?" So I told him. I paid off my house. I put the rest in my own retirement. every single dollar. Then I filed a fraud report on the charges Brooke made with my card. The bank opened an investigation. Brooke called me screaming. I hung up. Tyler hasn't spoken to me since. That was 5 months ago. But here's the thing. For the first time in my life, I chose myself. And I don't feel guilty about it, not even a little.